Hey everybody. So just doing a quick market update for Bitcoin. Nice change of the pace actually. Some of the data came in as forecasted. Chicago PMI higher than expected. So nothing too crazy to say. Just watch for next week. We do have quite a bit of data coming out throughout the week, especially on Friday, Thursday and Friday. Excuse me, Wednesday and Friday. We have quite a bit of data. But other than that, nothing too crazy. It's all roundabout to market open, the New York Stock Exchange market open. Going into Bitcoin specifically, let's go ahead and dive right in. Long short ratio wildly coming off. Just in the last hour or so since the market opened, there's been a massive buyback currently. There's some bullish news as well. BlackRock announcing it's going to integrate its Bitcoin ETF into its larger portfolio. Lots of different things, and we're coming down from 72% just earlier this morning down to about 67%. Still at about 2 to 1 long to short, so we're not out of the woods, but still generally it's a good thing. The retail traders are broken. They're shorting into a local upside move. Funding rates are bullish. They're zero effectively on the open interest and on the volume weighted. This is awesome. Bybit leading the charge with massively negative funding rates, paying out huge for longs to continue in the upside drive. So this is all nice to see. It's powerful. It's looking good. On the liquidity delta side, yeah, we're at like a local retest of level. We're testing back into the highs, basically the yesterday's daily open and the previous daily open. Excuse me, the current daily open and the previous daily open are currently being tested. If there's going to be any local reversal, it should happen here. If we gain above this, we're starting to change some of the character of this downside. So I'm of the mind that we're getting either what we just did down here at 78K, that was either the local bottom or we have one little more and that's it. So I think we're getting to the end of it finally. So with that being said, looking at the liquidations, we've punished quite a bit of stuff in the lower time frame. There's a nice little pocket just above us. If we pop that and start rejecting, I would want to see us to break back down and potentially to hold some levels below us. Higher time frame, there is still liquidity below us, down towards about 76. Now coming down there perfectly, 75K, 76K. This solves two problems. It takes out all of the remaining liquidations that are left from the upside structure from everything from above 90K, and it fills the old CME gap. So lots of stuff potentially positive with one more little drive down, but we are wildly bullishly divergent on the mid frames, like the 4 hour and stuff like that. On the liquidity side, we talked about plunge protection stepping in and how it's looking a lot better. We didn't quite get the holds that we wanted to see yesterday. We saw some continuation, but then we started seeing some higher lows, and there was some really, really, really strong orders stepping in here, like 300 as a block to hold this nice higher low, right? We broke a high after a really nasty low, and then we started doing a higher low off that structure. It's locally just round bottoming up. You're seeing the first parts of resistance. If we get some local losses, I would say that if we start losing that local low, we want to see some break back down to retest some levels. Like I said, I think either the bottom is in right now, or I think we do one last drive towards 76, 75, where thousands upon thousands of Bitcoin are sitting as resting orders to hold that price. Even here, we're seeing some smaller, like $280, $300 solo Bitcoin levels to hold price. So this is all looking good. It's all looking very good. Just again, we've had a very strong upside move. Let's see if we get the higher low. So with that being said, looking over at the charts, big things here to remember is that we haven't gained back the levels that we really want to as of yet. We're still waiting to. In that sense, we're testing the previous daily open and the current daily open. If we're going to have any local rejection, it's going to happen right here. We're bullishly divergent on a couple of the metrics that I use, which is fine and dandy. The level to gain above is right here. If you have anything on your chart that matters, the only thing that I really care about is flipping this structure. Call it 87.1K, right? It's a little bit different on spot than it is on perpetual, whatever. That's the high to break above right there. If we can do that, nothing else really matters. I think the local bottom is in, at least to come back up to retest untested levels like the yearly, like the Tuesday open, yearly open, all this stuff. It's all up for grabs potentially. That being said, are we gaining back stuff? Let's just turn everything off, right? Are we gaining back the levels yet? No, we're still underneath this range structure, right? So if 87.1 is the level to gain back, let's talk about some structures. That's some structure. That's underside retest. What are we doing now? Underside retest. Watch that 4 hour. We're about to close it out. It looks very strong. If we're going to see some type of rejection, like I said, it should happen right here. realistically, any local gain of that level, and we should see moves back up towards to test this stuff, test these highs, test the swings at 86.4, that type of stuff. It looks good, and it's a strong overall move. On the lower time frames, yeah, you've created some pretty strong buybacks. The wick started growing really aggressively, so there were some bids getting filled. Really big bullish candle that happened at 8 o'clock my time, or 7 UTC this morning. Oh, it is UTC, so 9 UTC this morning. Really strong buyback candle, gaining some local structure effectively. So, like I said, it's looking really good. It's the very beginnings of a potential reversal. We haven't really gained back the levels and structure yet. We're still waiting to see as this develops. If we're going to reject somewhere, it should be here. If we gain above this little hip, this little move here at 84, let's call it 84.6, that move up should be the move to test you back at the big high, getting back above, 87, get back up towards 87. The level that matters, I'll say it again, 87.1. You flip that high, all bets are off. You're looking for higher lows, and you're looking for flipping. The only way to invalidate that is to basically break above it and then start rejecting and then go off a cliff again. That's the only way to reject it, is to basically do it and then start grinding to the downside, which gets everyone longing again. And then you do one last little move. So final bit, I'm of the mind that this is either the low, or we do one last little low down to 76. To put that in perspective, so we're on the same page, the CME gap is still below us. It still exists from down towards these lows. We've filled part of the gap pretty significantly already on the CME, and the CME is trading pretty aggressively. Again, not really gaining back levels yet. However, just saying, if we do one last little low, that's where I'm expecting us to finally stop. But it's starting to look good. Funding rates are low. Retail is starting to short again. We're seeing a little bit of change. Let's see how it reacts into the weekend, and I will catch you there. So all the best. Catch you on Monday, and we'll go from there. Peace out.